Some people spend their whole lives searching for a purpose. Ronald Joe, aka Bushman, found his in a patch of dirt with nothing but seeds and a feeling.
Nice to meet you. Finally.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
This isn't just another food story. This is about a guy who decided to turn an entire mountainside into something miraculous. And trust me, when I say mountainside, I mean a mountain that's a garden. We're just outside Philipsburg on the Dutch side of Sint Maarten, where Bushman has been serving food he's been growing long before farm to table became a thing.
Now I realize I was before time.
Yeah, because a lot of people are doing it now.
Yeah, it's a fashion now.
Welcome to Ital Shack, where everything is plant-based, right down to what you drink.
See? Fresh.
Sure, you can come here, eat a great meal, and leave it at that. But if you look closer, this place isn't about food at all. It's about a way of living, a way of listening, of tuning into something deeper.
Your food is your medicine.
It's true.
And you are what you eat.
You are, literally.
I mean, if we plant-based, if we connect with the universe, if we connect with nature, we have to eat what keep us connected together.
Look, if you know anything about me, I'm a die-hard meat eater. So yeah, I love the idea of this place, the vision, the dream, what it represents. But when it comes down to it, I'm not convinced I'm actually going to enjoy the food. But before I try anything, Bushman takes me up the mountain to check out his yield. I start to realize every inch of this place is up for harvest. What I thought were just weeds, some obscure plant I've never heard of.
This is milkweed. Very good when you got mucus, when you got asthma.
There are fruits growing here I've never tasted.
What is that?
Pomseret.
Surat. Never heard of that in my life.
And just when I think I've made it to the top, turns out we haven't even reached the main garden.
After that, big trees, there was the garden start.
That's where the garden starts?
What are you talking about?
The
What
garden.
did we just do?
No, they just
Shut the hell up.
the garden over there.
Up there?
It's the kind of thing that takes years to build. A labyrinth of plants only Bushman can decipher.
Everything is just like a level, and it goes, everything's level. Yeah. Terrace gardening.
It's also his sanctuary.
Up here is peaceful, freedom. When you're in nature, you're free, I mean, the concrete jungle, you got all type of rules and laws, pay taxes and so. But when you're in God creation, you're free.
Every morning, Monday to Saturday, he hikes up here, looking for inspiration. What he'll cook that day depends on what speaks to him. So how exactly does it work? So it's one meal, one recipe a day. That's it.
Every day is a different menu, a different taste.
Some days it's papaya on the tree that catches his eye, and others a fresh batch of kalaloo. He cooks what the mountain gives him.
Just come in here and I just walk around and pick up what they need.
Except Thursdays. On Thursdays, he makes tutu, a traditional dish from the Dutch Caribbean.
Where does this recipe come from, the tutu?
This one from Curacao.
From
This
Curacao?
from the slaves them in Curacao.
Yeah.
They used to, cook tutu. And because I was born in Curacao, and I must keep my culture alive anywhere I go in the world.
It's a hearty mix of black-eyed peas, cornmeal, and plantain. But more than that, it's a legacy, a dish born of survival, carried through generations. Brought to the Caribbean by enslaved Africans, tutu is an African recipe adapted to what was available. Food meant to fuel the body and feed the spirit.
You eat, you feel strong. You understand? No flesh, nothing. Strictly, simple food.
Today, it's a symbol of resilience, of memory, of identity. And Bushman, he's not just making the food, he's preserving the practice.
We got a stick. We got a tutu stick.
Flat and paddle shaped, designed for stirring thick cornmeal just like this. In some households, the tutu stick is so meaningful, it gets passed down generation to generation. A quiet heirloom, a symbol of heritage that refuses to be erased.
And the tutu ready.
But that's just part of the dish. His wife, Raisa, handles the cornmeal croquettes, the same ones she served to Anthony Bourdain when he came here back in the 90s.
Under the conniptions with Anthony Bourdain, come 1999 and sit with us and sip some ganja tea. So right here is where Anthony Bourdain said. Right here.
Ever since Bourdain filmed here, the world's been paying more attention. And this year, they were named the 4th best restaurant in the Caribbean by USA Today.
I serve you the food with love. I treat the food with love, you know, because it's important, the vibration that we share via the food. You must feel the energy.
You're putting your soul into it.
Yeah, you must feel it, yes. That's why sometimes they call it soul food.
Yeah.
Because it's pure.
And with that, it's time, the moment of truth.
You're gonna taste a nice tutu and fresh arugula from the farm.
This is my first time trying Ital food, and I'll admit, I didn't even know it was its own style of cooking. Turns out, Ital is a philosophy rooted in the Rastafari movement, a way of living where cooking is sacred, not just something you do.
The difference between vegan food and Ital is that vegan food in this time to commercialize it and it's a processed. A lot of processed food. You find it in packs or in boxes with a bunch of numbers writing on it and so.
Yeah.
When we talk about Ital, it's plant-based, it's homegrown, it's fresh grown. It's you go to the farmer, you go to the hills, you go to get your produce for you to cook. That means it's nothing in can, nothing frozen. Everything gotta be 100% natural.
I mean, you can taste it. You can literally taste it. Not only are the flavors robust, they're powerful, they're punchy, like it's nothing falling flat. It's also very fulfilling, but the most important thing that I'm catching from this is simple, good food. Like it just like, it feels like your grandma's cooking, you know what I mean? You know, like it just gives you a big hug. The food is delicious, and by the end of it, I'm so full, so satisfied, I feel like I just took down a 5-kilo steak on my own. It's the first time in my life I thought, maybe I could be a vegetarian. Not full-time though, but a couple times a week, yeah, I could do that. And I think Bushman would be proud to know that with one meal and one walk through his garden, he had me rethinking how I eat, how I cook, maybe even imagining a future where I grow my own food, even if it's just part-time.